I thought we might start with Tuesday night, because that felt, watching it, like a real bucket list moment. You know, first Champions League goal. So what was that like on the phone and with your family and your friends afterwards?
Yeah, top. Like, my family were there, my friends were there, so they stayed at mine after, and it's obviously top. Like, you know, you always want to score and you want to perform in the big games, and you know, them teams you dream about playing when you're a little kid. So yeah, it was a really special moment.
Yeah, that's the other layer to it, right? It's not just any Champions League goal; it's against Barcelona.
Yeah, no, for sure. I know they're a top team, and you know, we showed that we can, you know, deal with them.
Is it one of the most special things about making it to the level you have, seeing what it means to friends and family? It's obviously fantastic for you, but I don't know, you go up to the box afterwards, or in the car, or like you said, afterwards at your house, seeing what it means to everyone who's been with you on the journey.
Yeah, I think so. Obviously, it's like so proud. Obviously, like, my family's been around football for a long time, so you know, it's kind of like I got to grow up watching Dad, and then now my little brother's playing as well, so they can watch me and my little brother. I'm sure they're probably nervous at times, but a lot of it is, you know, really proud and, you know, just happy for us to be enjoying it.
So growing up then around football like you did, can you even remember maybe the moment where, you know, kicking it around in the back garden or out on the pitch at Stoke, just pretending you were scoring and playing in the Champions League? I guess that's happening when you're like 4 or 5.
Yeah, I think so. Obviously, it was, me and my brother are a similar age, so we'd just kick lumps out of each other in the garden, and you know, I'd obviously love playing football from a young age, and you know, I was lucky that I had my brother. We could play together, and you know, it wasn't so lonely. But yeah, from whenever I remember, it's always been, you know, football, and I've played a lot of other sports as well, but you know, football's probably always been the number one.
People often talk about you being kind of like an old-fashioned centre forward, a bit of a kind of battering ram. So I'm starting to feel a bit sorry for your poor little brother. Was he getting smashed around the back garden?
yeah. Bless him, but nah, he can hold himself as well. Like, he was the same. He used to kick me, I used to kick him, but sometimes the little sister would get involved as well, to be fair. But nah, it's been good. He's good. Like, he's doing well now. He's had a low injury, but you know, he'll get there eventually.
Where is he? Is he still at? It's Finn, isn't it?
Yeah,
still at Burton?
Yeah, he's at Burton. Yeah, so he started well this season, and then he's just been injured. So he's just got to focus on that, and hopefully gets back.
So he's done great as well.
Yeah.
You know, anyone who makes it into the pro game, right? That's some achievement.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, for sure. It's so many people nowadays want to be a footballer, and you know, the actual pool of people that make it is so small. So it's, you know, even to play at any level is really, really, you know, impressive.
I've just got this mental image now of your dad on the patio launching a long throw into the back garden, and you and your brother going into battle in the back garden.
Yeah, there was no throw-ins in the garden. He'd get involved sometimes, but you know, we was like I was now. We weren't scared. We'd kick lumps at Dad as well, so he probably got a few as well.
So there might have been a few times he went into the training ground and had to say he was injured and maybe make up a reason.
Maybe.
Not like the boys kick.
No, you can't be saying that, can you?
No, probably not.
Nah, yeah, it was good.
On a more serious note, was it a big moment for you in as much as when you come to a new club, especially a club like this, and look, it's not your fault you pick up an injury, maybe a bit more your fault, the red card, but you just want to start contributing to help you feel part of it. So to have a big moment like that, has it just made you feel a little bit more settled?
Yeah, I think obviously it's difficult when you come in, and you know, injuries are always a hard time, but it's part of football, and you just got to get through it. And you know, everyone's been really, really supportive here, and you know, the environment and the culture here is really, really good, and you know, it's helped me stay happy and stay confident. And you know, moments like that, you know, always, you know, bring you joy and, you know, bring you happiness. So yeah, I suppose it is a good feeling.
I wonder, does it help, or has it helped you, the fact that you knew a few, didn't you, before you got here? Certainly from your City days, you'd have known Romeo Lavia, Cole, the manager, of course.
Yeah.
Am I missing anyone? Or?
Yeah.
But does that help?
Yeah,
those guys
sure.
you worked with a manager before, for example?
No, of course, yeah. It always helps going into a new environment, knowing people. But I think, you know, everyone that I didn't know when I come here, you know, everyone's been really welcoming, and you know, the staff and everyone, that environment that we're trying to create is top. So everyone that, you know, that's joined and has joined the club have really settled in really well.
And I think you knew a few guys from, not from playing with, but playing against. I said to you off camera,
Yeah.
I remember speaking to Levi Colwell about you, who says we've been battling against each other since you were, I don't know how old, like 8 or 9 or something.
Yeah, no, obviously we're the same age, and obviously he's been in the academy and I was, so we'd always play against each other, and you know, he's always been here, but I was at Derby and City, and yeah, we had a lot of games where we were battling.
I have to say, my memory of talking to him about you is he puffed his cheeks out as if, you know, they were hard afternoons playing against you. Any particular memories of those battles? Because I even seem to remember the one last year got quite physical, which I guess is a big part of your game.
Yeah, of course. He's a really big, strong guy as well. He likes, you know, to be aggressive, and he's really good on the ball. So he's hard to play against. But you know, that's what you've got to, you know, try and, I suppose, impose yourself. And you know, there's so many times where, obviously, especially when I was at City and Chelsea, like the competitiveness anyway within the two teams, and then obviously trying to win that individual battle as well.
So just tell us over the years then. I mean, because you first around the England set up at schoolboy level, right?
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
So just tell us some of the other top players that you've been around during the course of your careers, because you must, a lot of the guys who we now see at full international level must have been guys who you've known all your life.
Yeah, obviously the amount of players and talent that obviously go through the England setup is incredible. I think even the first few camps at under 15, like, you know, Jude and Jamal and players like that, you know, they're doing really well now. But even, you know, in the last few years, like, you know, like the Elliot Andersons, the Alex Scotts, who probably didn't make it the camps when we were younger, but now, you know, they've found their path, and now both of them are flying, got their senior debuts as well, so, you know, it's top.
Do players, maybe, I don't know if this is an obvious or ridiculous question, but do players change a lot in that time?
Yeah, I think obviously, you know, that period from 15 to I don't know, 19, 20, you know, you change so much, and, you know, you probably growing the most, and, you know, there's people obviously are late bloomers, people are early bloomers, so I suppose it's different for everyone. Everyone's path's different. And
are there players? Oh, there must be, but I don't know if you could name a couple of names, but during the course of your journey, just players you can, even from the way they strike a football, that have just, you think, wow, he's on another level, even from the very best players. Yeah, I think, you know, obviously being around that level of teams in the past, there's always top boys, and I think, you know, a lot of people that I've played with, you know, have gone like, wow. Do you not want to name names, is it? There's so many that go for a few then.
I think, I don't know.
So Jude would be one, I guess?
Yeah, of course. Obviously, like, when I went to City, there's obviously James McAtee now at Forest, obviously Cole here. Obviously, I went from Derby to City, so that jump, especially even at that age, was, you know, was top.
So, a couple of questions to finish on Arsenal at the weekend. I was thinking before you came in, you wouldn't be the first Delap to cause Arsenal a problem. I mean, it's probably not fair on your dad, but when a lot of people think about his career, it would be the long throw into the Arsenal box and Arsene Wenger having a little whinge about it, right? Given what we talked about earlier in the interview, would you remember being at those games?
Yeah,
you have a memory of those Arsenal matches?
For sure, obviously. We'd go to all these games that we could, and of course I remember, you know, they used to seem to do really well against Arsenal. You know, they couldn't deal with probably the threat, and yeah, it was some good memories for him, I'm sure. So how are you going to cause Arsenal a problem? Oh, have you got a long throw on you? No. I wouldn't be the first person to ask that. No, I'd rather be in the box. Yeah, that makes more sense. But yeah, obviously, you know, it's a massive game. They're a really good team, and you know, we've just got to try and go out there and, you know, show what quality and, you know, the confidence and belief that we have at the moment. Do you really relish
the sort of the challenge of, I mean, obviously Barcelona on Tuesday, Arsenal now on Sunday. This is the dream, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
for
to look at it
sure.
really positively. This is what when you're kicking about with your brother and your dad and that. This is what you want.
No, 100%. You know, this is the big games are the games that you really want to play. From obviously every game's the same. You know, you go into every game thinking that you want to win and you know do really well. But you know, these big games are the best ones, and you know it's time where you can show what you're about.
And started by asking you about that first Champions League goal being something on the bucket list. What else is on there?
Obviously, I think so many things. Obviously, first Prem goal for Chelsea. Obviously, looking at England as well, trying to do well here, and hopefully try and get somewhere with England, and I think them two are the things at the moment.
So next summer's it's in your head somewhere if you can find your top four.
Of course, yeah. You always want to be representing your country, and you just gotta do well at your club, and see what happens.
The stuff we've talked about during this interview, like Morgan Rogers would be another one you'd play with. Obviously, Jude, Cole. The fact that so many of the guys that you've come through with are part of it. Does that add to the appeal a little bit? Yeah,
for sure. Obviously, you can see that it's possible, and so many people that I've played with and I've made it, and they're in the team. So it's something that I've just got to try and follow.
To just go and do what you do, and hopefully the rest follows, right?
For sure, yeah. That's all you can do. Perform at club level and see what happens.
Thanks, Liam.
Legend. Thank you.
Thank you, mate.